saying data is the new oil, and this is so much more true with ChatGPT, then for the merchant, they need to like create their own reserve. Conversations that you have with your customers over Shopper, those are like the merchant owns that. It's going to make ads better. It's going to make the consumer experience better. Merchants need to start building their asset of conversations today. That's like the data asset. Every other e-com founder needs to be understanding what their data strategy is for this new world.
That makes me want to say, drill, baby, drill. He is the dominator of Y Combinator. He is the savant of SMS. It is the one and only co-founder and CEO of Postscript. It is the Adam Turner. Adam, get in here.
Yeah.
Baby. Let's go, baby. Wow.
Were those just off the dome?
That was off the dome, man.
He's creative.
I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, man, we've got this big dog coming in here. He needs a proper introduction. Adam, we appreciate you coming on the show, man. I am blown away. And still, I think with you guys on average, people see a 34x ROI on their SMS spend. When they switch, they see a plus 22% increase in revenue. And I know you guys are doing all kind of interesting things with AI and the shopper experience. Your tech with the opt-in, the on-site opt-in, I think has been incredible for all of us inside of our space. I would love to get your status of SMS as it is today, and also just give us your perspective on how AI is really transforming this channel and what you guys are seeing with Shopper and the results there, et cetera.
Sure, you bet. You want the State of the Union? I'll give you the State of the Union.
Yes.
SMS. Okay. Let's see. I mean, like you mentioned, SMS is just like, it's incredibly ROI positive, and our customers see a lot of benefit. But I think that's frankly old news, right? Like everybody knows that. The State of the Union of SMS is, I'd say it's like a teenager that's like graduating high school, right? It's like getting out there in the world, like trying to make a name for itself even more. But it's still like, we see so much difference of performance across different merchants, right? Depending on what they're doing over the channel. And so if you have a big list, yeah, you're going to make a ton of money. Many folks have like a relatively small list compared to their email list. They may not know like how to utilize the channel with email, different things like that. And so we see things regularly where people like switch over to Postscript, and then they'll do something like they'll use on-site opt-in, and they were using like reply Y double opt-in before, and they'll see like a 35% increase in opt-ins, which will like massively boost the channel. And so I say teenager because it's not like email, where it would be very hard to get like a 35% jump in email revenue annually. It's those rocks are still to be uncovered for a lot of merchants within SMS. And so the channel itself, it's like everybody knows they should be doing it, and at this point pretty much everyone is doing it. But then you have this like pretty wide difference of performance between folks who are actually utilizing the channel. And so I'd say that's like, if you're building like a foundation of different things you could be doing on SMS, there's like very wide dispersion across the foundation. And then like, if you go up towards the top, there are some people who are like, adding Shopper to the channel, utilizing AI and infinity testing to like see which exact content resonates with their audience the most. And like fewer folks are doing that, but they're seeing like those similar 30% jumps in revenue when they do that. I think our average across like a ton of merchants for infinity testing is around 20. And that's like over a year and a half in, that's tested over, hundreds of millions of messages at this point. And so there's still a lot of that folks can be doing. I don't want to like just talk about Postscript stuff too, because there's like general stuff that people should be doing in the channel. RCS is coming up very, very quickly. We had our first customer send RCS for Black Friday, and they're like, a lot of folks are kind of hesitant about the channel because it's like maybe a little bit more expensive on the carrier fee side, but like the results are really, really incredible. You get these crazy benefits of like having a larger message on the lock screen show up for people. And so the RCS messages like show up differently for people. And I remember when my wife got her first RCS message and she was like, whoa, what is this? And like, I think a lot of folks a lot of consumers are having that reaction to the channel too. So that's
Adam,
like
I don't even know what that is. What is an RCS
gonna ask
message?
you to explain that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is
RCS
new. This is new for me.
Yeah.
Oh man, you call yourself the Ecomm Cowboy? You don't know what RCS is?
No! Oh no!
We're not cool enough.
Oh man. Well, that's why we have you here, Adam.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
What's an
That's
RCS message?
Yeah, so RCS is if you think of SMS as kind of going over the cellular networks where you can send an SMS even if you don't have any, if your like Wi-Fi and data is turned off, right? For RCS, it goes over the data networks, right? It's similar to like Apple Message has blue bubbles, right? And that means that it can send over Wi-Fi. It can be more of a rich message. You can send videos on iMessage. RCS is like that equivalent, but it works across iMessage and it works across Android. It's a Google protocol. They partner with the carriers to get it through. And it's essentially just like the V2 of SMS, I think is the best way to think about it. It's not a totally separate channel. It's just like the next evolution of SMS. And because you can do things like, product carousels inside of it, it can
really
an ad type experience inside the channel. So it's going to be adopted very, very quickly. So the reason that this happened is because the carriers turned it on probably like a year and a half ago, and they just started letting brands on the channel as well. And so the experience is quite nice. Like you might get this if you're on a United flight or something, and they text you to check in. It won't look like a text. It's like it's branded from the brand. You don't need to save a contact card. It like comes in like a very unique message.
Wow. I mean, Colin, have you got one of those?
I
want to get one.
I want to get one. Yeah, I'm ready for it.
I'll
shoot you guys over some brands so that you
we gotta start browsing.
Exactly. Colin, I want to take this into AI. I know Adam he's deep into this. Do you want to go somewhere else first?
I'd love to, let's talk AI, but I'd love to talk, Adam, a little bit about how you could see the ecosystem now moving forward, where it is today, and then how you see it progressing over this whole year, 2026. Where do you think it's going to go? I don't want to get too into like the macroeconomic trends for, political stuff and all that, but how are you seeing consumer kind of develop in the new year? We're all pumped about it, but what do you think is going to happen?
Sure. Yeah. So we're seeing similar data to what we saw last year in terms of even with the tariffs and everything that happened. We saw a lot of merchants like win really big and a lot of merchants struggle, right? And I think that the sentiment is echoed on Ecomm Twitter and different things like that, which is like, it's really difficult right now. But I think that what people don't necessarily see are the people who are absolutely crushing it today. And there are ways to crush it. People are definitely figuring it out. And so again, I'd say that like people aren't riding the same wave from what I can tell. As an entrepreneur myself, I think of like that as an arbitrage opportunity where it's like, if everybody was losing, I'd be like, okay, it's just kind of cockroach mode and you have to figure it out. But because there's so many people who are having such different outcomes and because their strategies can differ so much, right? Like it seems like the people who have like a content machine up and running. I saw you mention like brands need to be studios, right? Like the people who are figuring stuff out and not just tweaking dials, but making like sea changes within their business are able to see that ROI. And so as an entrepreneur, that actually like excites me because that means that the people that are actively looking at their business and reevaluating what they should be doing should be able to see ROI. It's not just like this, everyone's having trouble. And so that to me is super interesting about just e-com as a whole right now is that there's a lot of opportunity. And because we see so many different merchants having such different outcomes, that presents an opportunity for people to like really arb that, I would say.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm seeing within the data. That's what I would expect to see this year. It's hard to make a prediction about that. But I mean, you see this with like going into the AI side of things, you see this with any major technology change is that there are going to be a wide range of outcomes for people that ignore it, for people that adopt it. And that's going to be uncomfortable for a lot of folks, but I mean, it is incredibly energizing for me.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Well, take me into that. I kind of split. I kind of split myself in two at times on AI and continual change in our industry. Sometimes I'm a doomer. Okay. I admit sometimes I'm a doomer. I was a little bit yesterday, but most of the time I'm sunny skies and I'm really excited about the opportunities that we have. I would say you guys have a particular tangible, see positive ROI right now use of AI with Shopper. But give me a little larger perspective too. Are we heading to utopia? Is AI bringing us into a glorious future, or are there going to be a kind of a continual trend of this K-shaped results that we see, where some people are winning, and others may struggle if they don't adopt quickly enough? Just give us perspective on AI in general for our e-commerce industry.
Sure. Yeah. I think so. I'll give you my perspective as like a SaaS founder, how I think about it. And then I think it's going to like map very nicely to Ecomm. So obviously I've been playing around a ton with these tools. I do think that there was something special that happened with the Opus 4.5 model. And I like built a SaaS from scratch to
Wow.
just to see how it was. The SaaS is like it creates dynamic landing pages using AI so that people coming from specific ads can see a specific landing page, and then they can go to the product detail page. So it helps like bridge the gap between ads and product detail pages. So I built this SaaS. It's not for consumption yet, but I did it kind of as a POC. And one of the interesting things that I saw is just how much you learn by building it. And one of the things that I learned was the AI can create so many different outcomes for you. So like if I want to make a landing page just using AI, even if I give it the same prompt 4 times, if I make slight tweaks to it, it can create like a very wide range of outcomes, right? And my entire job then is to look at the different range of outcomes, look at 10 landing pages. And it's kind of like, the Rick Rubin, where it's just like, you look at it, you feel that one is better than the other, and you just like get to choose that one, right? And so this is the same. I took that idea and I was like, what if I did this for like the landing page of my SaaS, the like marketing website? I made 5 different versions of it. And I just like was like, oh, this one, I like this one the most. And the versions were like totally different. One was like cyberpunk. The other one was like extremely standard SaaS. One was like very brutalist. And I was just like, oh, I like this one the most. So I'm going to choose it. And then I thought, wait, what if I just like had all of these landing pages live and I had different ads going to different pages? And then what if people signed up on that landing page and they had a different entire SaaS experience based on where they came from? And so if you think about like, what if SaaS to everyone looked different based on their source of the ad they came from? Like, what if their color scheme of their SaaS was different? And I think about this for Ecomm, it's even wider range because it's consumer versus B2B. And it could be the very same thing where it's like, okay, creative is essentially going to be infinite. Our ability to create creative is going to be infinite. Brands need to get really good at it. But then what happens down funnel from that, right? We've got A/B testing that we do. We've got infinity testing. Even that's great. But like, what if the entire website is different based on the ad that you come from? What if it's entirely different? Like, what if you're not even showing the same products to the same people, right? And I think that goes above and beyond what we've seen historically with AI, which is like great product recommendations. And I'm like, no, what if like the color schemes of your website are different? Because it converts better for this specific group of people.
Wow.
And I think that that's going to be available in the future because, the ability to create new pages, create new code is essentially going to be commoditized. And so the question is going to be, who has the best taste and who's going to convert the best with that best taste, and who has the tools to be able to test that at scale that much. So that's not SMS related at all. That's just where I think that like things are going based on the tools that I've created. And it's like, if I can create 5 different versions of a SaaS and just be like, oh, this one feels the best, then it's like, why can't I do 100? Why can't I show it to 100 different people and they can tell me? Yeah.
Colin, I mean, think about if you could have made an entirely personalized website, product recommendation per ad, per person, per visitor. That changes your business.
I was thinking about Act 2, like us specifically, like basically Chris and I would have different profiles for a different brand. We would get shown completely different stuff, completely based off of our consumer data. All the stuff Chris is into, he would get shown that stuff on the brand page. All the stuff I'm into, they'd show me the pit because I'm super into the pit right now. That would be on the page. And so you tailor this based off of like, I want to say, user data, like how long can we keep them on the site? But there's also that like can we pull the max amount of dollars type of data? So there's that two juxtaposition of like, how long can we keep them on platform to how many dollars can we pull out of them? That's amazing. I just imagine you outside when you said the Rick Rubin thing. I just imagine you outside with the Rick Rubin headphones in, just kind of vibing in the chair in the sunlight. That photo. I just imagine you, Adam, just like that, just like, this is a good sass right now. I like this.
Yeah. It's like you don't have to do any work, and like your whole job is to just like choose which feels good, and it's like it's such a crazy thing.
I love
but
that.
I think to what you said, it's like, yes, you want people on site, you want all the data, but I think also all the tools are totally broken for this world too. If you think about like over the last 10 years, Ecomm was like, okay, like what if we want more data about someone? Let's put a quiz up on the site and like let's ask them what type of like hair type they are, curly or straight, or that sort of thing, right? And now it's like, okay, well, if I know their hair type, that's like one thing I can definitely personalize on top of that. But the fidelity that you get through a conversation, whether that's over SMS or any other conversational channel, is going to create the data that's going to make the experience much more personalized. And we already see this today with Shopper, where it's like people will tell us like everything they did in a day. They're like, oh, I was like out shopping today and I like bought this thing, blah, blah. And it's like, you learn so much about someone. It's just like a friend, and you can use that to make their life and experience better. And so I think that the old tools are like, okay, I can get favorite color, I can get birth date from this person, I can get these specific attributes. And it's like, that is so already out of date. And then the question becomes, okay, what next are you going to get? And the answer is conversational data. And it could be over any channel, but it's going to be conversational.
Well, this is a great point that you bring up, and I think it's so tangible for much of what we're doing, especially on the retention side. I think that this kind of old way, which is the way that I commonly think about gathering data so we can make better informed decisions, make them fill out the thing, etc., so much more scalable and personalized and better if actually this person can just interact with my AI agent and collect incredibly large, more specific, more helpful, personalized information, and then allow a number of variations that would be infinitely better outcomes than just, I know what kind of hair they have now, I will send this shampoo. That's what you guys are already doing with Shopper. Is that the case?
That's exactly it. It's like it's a whole different, I mean, from a tech side, it's a whole different type of data structure, right? It's not like hair type, it's like memories, right? Like memories about someone, and memories about people are temporal. They like have time decay. And so if someone said they're going on vacation this summer, why would you bring that up in a year from now? Right? Because like the summer is gone. And so the data types and the data structures are different purely from a tech perspective. But like you said, the more that I use ChatGPT, the better it gets for me, right? Like if I ask it about my blind spots, if it's fresh out, if I've never used ChatGPT, the blind spots are going to be totally random and arbitrary. But if I ask it for my blind spots after a year of using it, it's going to be like, you typically do this, you typically like miss these types of things. And even like our COO was doing this the other day. She's like, she created a whole like profile of herself using GPT. And she said, I found things out about myself that I believe are true now from ChatGPT. And so its ability to get to know you using like this new kind of data structure of conversational history and memories, different things like that, is stronger than anything that we've seen in the past. So that's incredibly exciting for me, because I love things that are win-win. I hate when anyone has to lose or anything else like that. And so as you give these tools more information, they do get better, and that's going to feel good to a lot of people on the consumer side and on the just using ChatGPT side.
Wow.
Adam, do you think that there's going to be some type of deal brokered between these LLMs and the advertising guys, where it's like, I'm imagining it as the LLMs are basically making a pipe of all the consumer data back to Meta, Google, all these guys, where it's very deliciously enriched data on every single customer conversation that you're talking about. I mean, that type of data is a treasure trove for these advertising guys. Do you think that's in the near future?
Colin, that's the opportunity and the problem at the same time. At the same time, it's like I think back to like Facebook likes, when people used to say, "Oh, like us on Facebook," and then Facebook like took that away from everyone. So like, yes, I do think that the advertisers and Meta and everyone else is going to get this data, and what do we know about ecom? It's like owned channels and owned data is 100x more valuable than the advertiser having it, because you have to pay to access it every single time. Anytime you show an impression on Meta, you're basically paying for access to that ChatGPT data. And so we're like, whoa, like we need to get as much owned data inside the merchant accounts as possible, right? So the conversations that you have with your merchants or with your customers over Shopper, those are like the merchant owns that. And so that is a rich, it's like a, if we're saying data is the new oil, and this is so much more true with ChatGPT, then for the merchant, they need to like create their own reserve, right? They need to start having more conversations with their customers so that they don't have to rely on the advertiser data as much. So it's going to make ads better. It's going to make the consumer experience better. But also this is like merchants need to start building their asset of conversations today. That's like the data asset of the
That's tasty. That's tasty. So the merchant owns that. The merchant owns that oil, baby.
Yeah, I mean, they own it. Wow. You got to create the asset, just like a phone number list is an asset to a brand. Yeah. The amount of conversations that you can have with your customers is an asset to you in the future. And that can be used for personalization of the website. It can be used for personalization of SMS or RCS in the future. So yeah, that's why, again, as an entrepreneur, I'm just like, every other ecom founder needs to be understanding what their data strategy is for this new world.
That makes me want to say, drill, baby, drill, Adam.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And that's perspective and knowledge that I definitely did not have coming into this conversation. Owned, direct, conversational wins, build the asset, conversational data. We know that you are a busy man and we appreciate you coming on the show. Give us 30 seconds before you leave. I've heard some people say on Twitter, specifically Matt Paulson, CEO at Market Beat, he says his take is SMS is going to be channel of the year for 2026. Is that overstated? I know I'm reaching in your bag a little bit, but is that overstated? I mean, do you think yes, it very well could be?
Yeah, I mean, throw RCS and any type of conversational data in there as well, and like that conversational is the experience of the year, right? And whether that happens on SMS or RCS, that's going to be how the brands are building this data asset for themselves, and I think that that's going to be incredibly important. I think that, again, this is going to be obvious in like a year or two from now. People are going to be like, oh, like, what does your conversational data asset look like? And people are going to have an opinion. And today they're like, what are you talking about? I like, if people reply, they get a reply back from me. And I'm like, why aren't you having longer conversations with your customers to understand them better? And I mean, people who work in retail already know this. They pay a ton of information to understand who's shopping at their stores, and merchants can get this for free as a part of their normal SMS and RCS. So I'd say, yeah, I mean, conversational is the channel. SMS still, there are so many massive leaps that people can get over the channel. If you think that you're doing well on SMS today, just like try and do the next big thing, like add on-site opt-in or add in shopper or add in infinity testing, and then you're going to get more revenue for the year. And for some of those people I know already, the people that are turning this stuff on are like, oh, I'm hitting my targets for the year and I'm already like ahead of schedule. Wow. Which is a really nice feeling working in a business to like be ahead of schedule for all of your like SMS revenue targets for the year. That is incredible. Adam, we appreciate you joining the show. I will now also refer to you. Savant of SMS. You're not just the savant of SMS. You are the Rick Rubin of RCS. RCS, did I say that right? Rick Rubin of RCS. Rick Rubin of RCS. Spicy. We appreciate you joining the show, my friend. Thank you. All right. Thanks, guys. Awesome to join. Wow. Yeah. That was such a good conversation. Yeah. I didn't know RCS existed.
That's crazy. When you think about that conversational data for everybody, that is going to be the next frontier where all these LLMs are collecting. I mean, the most amount of data that I've fed into Gemini at this point, it could make a user profile that's probably very accurate. Yeah. And so if we could pump that into ads and make a real nice personalized ad for me, I'd love that.
Well, I thought this was a great point that he made too, is that, interacting on those LLMs, that's somebody else's land. We're going to have to buy that from them. But for the merchant side, if people are interacting like this on your SMS, then that info is yours. And so how valuable, as much as I've talked with chat, I wonder if it could sell me anything. They probably sell me a ketchup popsicle when I was wearing an all white suit. This to me is groundbreaking news. I didn't even know that RCS existed. And now to me, the quizzes on the pop-ups, this is like something from the early 2000s. It makes me want to take this leap forward and get some of these clients and friends that I work with and help out with, get them into this now, drill baby drill, and get into this new data oil era. I mean, we've got to build that asset. Everybody does. Conversational.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's huge.
That's huge.